Good morning, one and all. Today we can discuss about a very important topic, that is structure of human heart. Here basically I already said heart is what origin? Heart is the mesodermal origin. It is present in the thoracic cavity between the lungs. That space is called as a mediastinum. They having a notch. That notch is called as a cardiac notch. There the heart is present. The size of the heart is the clenched fist. It means like this. This is the size, and it is present slightly towards the left side, and it is acting as a pumping organ. The heart is covered by a double layer peritoneum. The double layer peritoneum is called as a pericardium. This pericardium having two layers, I already said double layer. This pericardium, outer one is called as a fibrous pericardium, inner one is called as a serous pericardium. This serous pericardium, again they having a two layers. Outer layer is known as a parietal layer and the inner layer is known as a visceral layer. Suppose now this one is the heart, right atria, left atria, right ventricle, left ventricle. What I said, the heart having a two layers. Outer one is called as a fibrous pericardium, inner one is called as a serous pericardium. This serous pericardium, now this serous pericardium, again they having a two layers. This is outer parietal pleura and this one is the inner visceral pleura. Now see, this serous pericardium, now this one is the heart, this is fibrous pericardium, this is fibrous pericardium, this is serous pericardium. This serous pericardium having a two layers, outer parietal layer and inner visceral layer, and this one is the heart. That's why visceral layer is close, or this visceral layer is connected with the heart, and parietal layer is fuses with the fibrous pericardium. Between parietal layer and visceral layer they having a space. That space is called as a pericardial space. This pericardial space is filled with a fluid. That fluid is called as a pericardial fluid. Now you have to think, this is outer fibrous pericardium, this is parietal pleura, this one is the visceral layer, outer parietal layer, inner visceral layer, and now this space is called as a pericardial space, filled with what fluid? Pericardial fluid. Now can I say this parietal layer is fuses with the fibrous pericardium, visceral layer is fuses with heart wall. See, the walls of heart, outer one is called as a epicardium, middle one is called as a myocardium, inner one is called as a endocardium. Now can I say, for heart, outer to inner, outer is the fibrous pericardium, then to the parietal layer, parietal layer to the pericardial space to visceral layer to epicardium to myocardium to the endocardium. This is the layers from the outer to inner. These all indicates the walls of the heart. Now here they having the foldings of the heart. This is auricles and this one is the ventricles. This foldings is called as a auricular appendix. Now this auricles and ventricles separated by a groove. That groove is called as a coronary sulcus. It means this groove they can separate the auricles and the ventricles externally. This groove is called as a coronary sulcus. Now we can go for the internal structure of the heart. The heart of human having how many chambers? 4 chambers, and 2 is atria and 2 is ventricles. Now two atrias and two ventricles, right atria, right ventricle, left ventricle. Compared to the left atria, right atria is larger. Compared to right ventricle, left ventricle is larger one. Now this is they having a lungs, and this space is called as a mediastinum. Here the left side they having a notch, that notch is called as a cardiac notch. Now these two atrias they having a separated by a septa, that is called as a interatrial septa. Right ventricle, left ventricle is separated by a septa, that is called as a interventricular septa. Auricles and ventricles is separated by auriculoventricular septa. Now here see, that's why the atria is separated by a septa, that is called as a interatrial septa. Now this is two atrias, this is interatrial septa. During embryonic stage, in this septa they having a hole. This hole is called as a foramen of ovale. After birth, this foramen of ovale is closed. They can form like a patch. That patch is called as a fossa ovalis. Suppose some of the persons after birth, this hole is not closed, it is same like a pore. Now that pore is called as a patent foramen of ovale. ఇట్ మీన్స్ మనకు చాలామంది చెప్తూ ఉంటారు హార్ట్లో హోల్ ఉంది అని చెప్పేసి. హార్ట్లో హోల్ ఉంది అంటే when this foramen of ovale is not closed, that hole is called as a patent foramen of ovale. That's why this foramen of ovale location is where in interatrial septa they having a pore. That pore is called as a foramen of ovale. Now we can go for the right side. Always right atria, left ventricle, left atria, right ventricle. Right side always they can carry what type of blood? Deoxygenated blood. Left side always they can carry what type of blood? Oxygenated blood. Now this is right side, always they can carry what type of blood? Deoxygenated blood. Left side always they can carry the oxygenated blood. This right atria can receive the deoxygenated blood from all parts of our body. This is superior vena cava. This is inferior vena cava. Superior vena cava can receive the blood upper part of the body. In upper part of the body, what is the deoxygenated blood is there? That deoxygenated blood is received by superior vena cava. This superior vena cava is open into the right atria. Inferior vena cava, posterior, lower parts of the body, it can take the deoxygenated blood from lower parts of the body, then it is open into the right atria. That's why superior vena cava can take the deoxygenated blood from the upper parts of the body. Inferior vena cava can take the deoxygenated blood from lower parts of the body. Both it will be open into the right atria. Now here, that's why this right atria can receive what type of blood? Deoxygenated blood from superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Superior vena cava, that is anterior upper parts of the body. Inferior vena cava, lower, are also called as a posterior part of the body. Now it is also called as a postcaval veins, and it is also called as a precaval veins. Now here, this inferior vena cava is girded by a wall. That wall is called as the Eustachian wall. It means, suppose this is inferior vena cava. This inferior vena cava can be girded, controlled by a wall. That wall is called as the Eustachian wall. In embryonic stage, this Eustachian wall is a functional wall. It means the blood directly flow from the right atria to left atria through foramina of ovale. But after embryonic stage, this hole is closed. That's why this wall is a rudimentary and also called as a non-functional in adults. Again I am saying inferior vena cava is open into the right atria. Basically what the taking the deoxygenated blood, that deoxygenated blood enter from the right atria to the left atria. Why? Because in embryonic stage ventricles are not developed and lungs also not developed. That's why if they need a oxygenated blood through foramina of ovale, it is enter into the left atria. Now here what will happen? This inferior vena cava can be controlled by a wall. That wall is called as what? Eustachian wall. This Eustachian wall, embryonic stage it is functional, and but in adult stage this wall is closed and it is a rudimentary, and it is also will be indicates the non-functional wall. Basically this blood, what they can carry the deoxygenated blood, it can move from the right atria to the left atria through foramina of ovale. Now see here, the walls of the heart can carry the blood by the coronary veins. They having a one pair of the coronary veins is present. Now see, and if you go for the left atria, I already said left atria can receive the what type of blood? Oxygenated blood, that too by pulmonary veins. Here they having a pulmonary veins. How many pairs of pulmonary veins is there? Two pairs of pulmonary veins is present. Always the veins can carry the deoxygenated blood except pulmonary vein. Pulmonary vein only they can carry the oxygenated blood. Arteries they can carry only oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery they can carry the deoxygenated blood. Now see, this is right ventricle. Right ventricle is connected by artery. This artery is called as a pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery they can carry the deoxygenated blood. Only this artery only they can carry the deoxygenated blood that will be connected with the right ventricle. This is pulmonary vein. Basically veins they can carry the deoxygenated blood except pulmonary vein they can carry the oxygenated blood. It is connected with the left atria. Totally how many pairs of pulmonary veins is there? Two pairs of pulmonary veins is present. Now I already said the atria and ventricles internally separated by the atrioventricular septa. Here right atria and right ventricle is separated by or controlled by tricuspid valves. They having a three valves. That valves is called as a tricuspid valves. Left atria and left ventricle is covered by, it means controlled by a valves that is called as a bicuspid valves. Bicuspid valves is also called as a mitral valves. Now this ventricles posterior side, basically it is a thick walled chamber. I already said compared to right ventricle, left ventricle is larger. In these ventricles they having a finger like projections. This finger like projections is called as a columella corneae. Now see, they having a finger like projections like this, that is called as a columella corneae. In that they having a a large elevated like this, a large elevated patches. Now that large elevated structures That large elevated structure is called as a papillary muscles. Now, this papillary muscles is connected to the tricuspids and bicuspid walls by ligaments. Now, this ligaments is called as a chorda tendineae. I am repeating. See, this papillary muscles is connected to tricuspid walls and bicuspid walls by a ligament. That ligament is called as a chorda tendineae. Now, in right atria, right upper corner like this here, right upper corner, they having a specialized tissue. It is a modified cardiac muscle fiber. That modified cardiac muscle fiber is called as a SAN. SAN means sinoatrial node. Now, that is called as a sinoatrial node. This sinoatrial node, it is acting as a pacemaker. It means it can initiate the heartbeat autorhythmically. It can initiate the heartbeat autorhythmically means without nerve impulse, automatically that nodal tissue is action potentially started. Now that is called as a పేస్మేకర్. అందుకనే మనం చనిపోయిన తర్వాత కూడా గుండె కొట్టుకోవడానికి కారణం ఏంటి అంటే, మనకు బేసికల్గా మన యొక్క హార్ట్ అనేది నర్వ్ సిస్టమ్ ద్వారా కంట్రోల్లో ఉండదు, మాడిఫైడ్ మజిల్ ఫైబర్స్ ద్వారా కంట్రోల్లో ఉంటుంది. కాబట్టి మన హార్ట్ని ఏమంటామంటే మయోజెనికల్ హార్ట్ అని అంటాం. నౌ దట్స్ వై వెన్ దిస్ sinoatrial node automatically contraction is takes place, that impulse can be received by right atria and also received by the left atria. Auricles and ventricles separated by the auriculoventricular septa. Near this auriculoventricular septa left corner here, they having a AV node. They having a AV node, atrioventricular node. That's why impulse is transferred from the sinoatrial nodes to the AV node. They having a specialized muscle fibers, that is a modified cardiac muscle fibers. That fibers is called as a bundle of his. Here they having a branches. That branches is called as a Purkinje fibers. This Purkinje fibers is connected with the papillary muscles. That's why see, message is transferred from the sinoatrial nodes to the AV node to the bundle of his to the Purkinje fibers to the papillary muscles. This is structure regarding to the heart.